30 days, 50,000 acres. 5 trailers. Rookie pilots. We're filming it all. The good, the bad, the ugly. These stories never told before.
I've never seen anybody get this much acres done that fast.
This is the real life of a spray drone pilot.
I had a drone coming back that was spraying this corn out here, and then I lost connection.
As many as I can do.
Batteries, the matrice controller, just on us.
We were actually spraying the big field behind this, and a storm came out of nowhere. And I mean, it was like bending the corn over. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was like somebody told us there was corn out here, and I'm not sure where it's at.
This season, we have a lot of first-timers, guys with absolutely no agricultural experience.
So I've done stuff with them before. I've helped them. This is the first time I've actually been on my own.
Although they don't know anything about ag, I've taught them everything I know about spray drones.
Where the drift is kind of going to the side, I don't mind that. You usually want to have a crosswind coming. As long as it's laying down smoothly, it can drift to a side because it's all being laid down that way. But when it starts getting windy, and then it starts tumbling and stuff, that's what you want to be careful about with the wind. But if the wind's consistent or a consistent breeze, then you can deal with it.
The thing is, these guys have to go out there on their own now and try to figure it out. There's no way I'm going to be able to hold their hands through this season.
The generator that wasn't working yesterday, so we swapped the generators, and the generators were working fine. And now we're going to try to swap the charge box, see if it's a charge box.
So these guys have invested in the equipment. Now we're going to see. This is going to be the test. Are they going to win or fail? They don't have much of a choice. They're going to let me down if they don't win. So last season, I went out there as a subcontractor and I outperformed all the other teams. And so this year, I was awarded the contract. And so these new guys are part of my team. And I'm really starting to think, did I train them well? Did I train them enough? Did I teach them everything they need to know? One thing I know for sure is the farmers and the co-op are relying on me and my teams to get these acres covered. Austin is one of the new guys because it's crazy. This dude met me next to the road while I was spraying last season.
I knew that drones, this spray drones and the thermal drones was a thing. And I started following Mike on his YouTube channel, and I was out in the middle of nowhere and I pass a trailer and drones are flying in the sky. And I was like, wait, that gotta be Mike, the YouTube Mike. And so I slam on the brakes and I turn around and I get my camera out and I'm starting to film right away and everything. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna talk to Mike. He's bringing a drone back and this is my opportunity to meet him.
My first impressions of Austin when he stepped out of that car, he had this painter outfit on and like white clothes and paint everywhere. I was thinking, I don't have time for this.
It was clear from the very get-go that he was like, dude, like, I do not have time right now to talk to you. It was like, yeah, I'd rather just you do your thing, take some pictures, and get on out of here.
And he didn't do that, of course. He didn't just take pictures and leave. He wanted to talk to me, and I got to give it to him. He really wanted to work this out. He asked me a lot of questions, and so now here we are. Now he's in the fire. He's about to learn how it is to be a real-life spray drone pilot. Right now in the industry, I would say there's two types of people. There's people that are going to put their head down and just figure out, even if he has no clue how to do it, they're going to figure it out.
Got controller batteries here, and then we can put our remote controllers in here, and each one's got a cord that we can plug in. And we got the repeaters and any other little pieces of junk that we need to fly. So it's all right here.
And then there's those other people that just want it laid out for them. They want a step-by-step procedure of how this is done, and we're just not there yet. And Austin was one of those guys where it was like, you know what? You're not going to hold my hand. I'll figure it out on my own.
You may have thought that you could pick something like this up at your local thrift store. I'm telling you, there's no way that you could find this because beauty is more than, it's more than skin deep. Is that how they say that?
Something like that.
It's something like that. I'm not sure. I can't really think anymore. Underneath these colors is a workhorse of a drone that really gets stuff done. Still not sure that I completely understand Mike's color scheme
with this here, I mean, other than it's supposed to probably be the NuWay Ag colors, you know, but I don't think he got a good color match. I'm gonna just say that. Gonna go on the record for that. We just started mapping a field, or not mapping the field, started spraying a field. There was a wire just about, not even 100 feet away or so. It wasn't very far. Yeah, it might have been a little further than that. Anyway, we saw it there, thought we could fly underneath it, no problem. I mean, we knew it was there. It wasn't a case of being surprised. Knew this wire was there, thought we could fly under it, wrong. And that drone hit the wire, and I heard a pop and a bang, and that thing fell from the sky into the corn. What do? You just gotta get back on the horse and keep going. So we drove through the night, went to DDR headquarters, and picked up this drone and had it here this morning. So that way we could keep flying again.
I've done a lot of things. I have worked in construction. I have been an RN working at a hospital. I've been a painter. There's just something that has been so fascinating about the boom of the drone industry that has just always like captured me. So fast forward now, months after meeting Mike for the first time and really like learning that he's not as stuck up as I thought he was, here we are. And I'm out learning, starting to work out these kinks and starting to figure this out, what this is going to be like.
We're still working the kinks out. There was a drone that crashed last night.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, into the wires. So that was fun.
So now I like the attitude that Austin has. He has a go-getter attitude. I'm going to trust him with some acres. I'm going to put him out there and see how he gets it done.
We have 466 acres to get done in this batch today, and I'm not sure if we'll have anything else yet to do today. We were really slow last week. Yeah, just a lot of issues. A little bit hairy there. I had a drone coming back that was spraying this corn out here, and then I lost connection, and I thought I'd have to get my matrice out there, but then fortunately it reconnected and my battery was at 20%, so I decided just to bring it back, get things reset a little bit, and go out again. So we're just dealing with a bunch of little tiny, like 0.5 acre, 1 acre fields that it's almost more time consuming than doing like a 30 acre, 40 acre field.
We're going to see if he gets it done. Now, there was a storm that went through and knocked down a bunch of corn, so that's really going to be a challenge for him. With some of the equipment that he's using, the radar system is not as good as the newer stuff, but he wasn't able to afford that at the time, and so he just went with the older equipment. He's going to have some challenges figuring out how to get these fields done.
So what's happening here is there's a lot of corn down in these fields for whatever reason, storm or whatever. So it's causing my T40 to not read right. So I got to slow it down and put the auto obstacle on. So I'm going like 23 feet per second. T50s have a better radar. So they're just more accurate at reading and at faster speed. So you can go 32 feet per second and it just reads it better. So typically it's not an issue with the T40 if you can stay concentrated on your controller enough to push it up and down when you're watching your altitude. But if you're not watching your altitude all the time, then it will just break and stop. To be honest, it's been kind of a day. But we've fortunately nothing wrong with the drones, but batteries, the matrice controller just pooped on us. Let's see what else. Oh, we had to change the fill nozzle because that wasn't working, and it just has been like we're spraying, we're getting some stuff done, but it just has felt like we're working very hard for everything we're getting right now. And I'm just kind of ready for this day to be done and just kind of reset and go for another day. But it's, I'm still thankful to be out here for sure, but it has been a day.
Matt is also one of those guys that he might not say much, but he is going to put his head down and figure out how to do it himself.
I actually shot a deer on the first day of the season, made a horrible shot on it. I'd always heard of drone deer recovery, but never knew exactly where it was. Looked them up to come find my deer, found out they were in Dundee, like 15 minutes away. So had them come out, Madison came out, found my deer. And then after that, it was like, I thought it was the coolest thing. So I bought a drone, started doing that with them. And then Mike always talked about these ag drones, and I just thought it wasn't gonna be for me, but the more he talked about it, the more I liked it. So next thing I know, I bought a trailer, drones, and here I am. I'm actually a nurse also. So the way my schedule is with nursing is I'm not full-time, so I work casual, so I can manipulate my schedule with the nursing so that I can do this stuff too.
The more I got to know Matt, I really trust him. He showed that he is a go-getter in doing deer recoveries for us, where I would send him leads and he would not care what time it is. He's just getting out there and getting after it and finding these deer. That's when I knew that Matt has this in him to go out there, and I can trust him with these acres to get this knocked out.
Not too bad. When these fields are like perfect, so it's not too bad right now. I'm just putting a no spray zone in, so when the drone goes, it kind of stops. The chemical we're using is not good for waterways. All right, I'm gonna send this one now. Had some pretty good fields, so I can't complain. We haven't gotten any of the crap fields yet, but I'm sure that'll come.
So sometimes for difficult fields, we have to put a repeater on top of our matrice to get the reception to go from the controller to the repeater to the drone to be able to stay connected. And Matt was able to do that, sent his drone out back, and then was monitoring his spray drones, not realizing that his matrice battery died and it was returning back to home on its own. And when it does that, it does it in a straight line, goes to where it wants to come down and then starts slowly coming down on its own.
Yeah, I just had to ferry all the way out with the full tank, so I lost 30% of the battery, so when it comes back, I'm just gonna swap out the battery. But my repeater is also dying. That's cool. I don't know what it was. It just like went crazy. Yeah.
Well, the drone entered what's called vortex ring state, where it was in a dirty air and it pushed itself into the ground and obviously landing on the ground.
I didn't bring it down at an angle. It was doing its auto return, got to its home point and just started coming straight down. So I was just pulling down on the stick to bring it down. And then all of a sudden it just nose dove into the side of my trailer.
This is one of the worst feelings as a spray drone pilot. You crash your equipment, you think the season's over, and it really is not. You just can't let yourself get down like that. You got to pick yourself back up and get out there. So Matt doesn't have a drone now, and he's problem solving.
Yeah, so we made a homemade matrice for the repeaters. That's been my solution since we don't have one. It's just a fishing pole, or not fishing pole, it's a painter's pole that did not line up at all. So we just zip tied it and did a bunch of crap to it.
And this is the attitude I want to see. I mean, you know, figure things out. In the field, I can't be there holding your hand. Figure it out on your own, and that's what he's doing right now.
We are done for the day. Pretty good. Besides the drone, spraying has gone well. The matrice flying has not. Fingers crossed I get an email here soon.
Just when I think we're getting it figured out and we're getting dialed in for the season, you know, Austin's got it where he needs it to be. Matt is problem solving with relay stuff. I got a call. We have this whole other newbie team, and man, are they struggling. They got equipment failure. They're trying to figure out how to keep their drones in the air. I'm a bit worried about them, to be honest with you, at this point. And now I'm being told that the police are involved. Like, what's next? And they got to get it figured out.